I've been following Ceramah by many of the top leaders like Anwar, Lim Guan Eng, Rafizi, Tony Pua, and a little bit here and there with our Don here, Hannah, and also Heng Chang King. My question here is that, can you tell us how committed over Putrajaya? Are they going to form a high top level task force just to look into all the illicit money that has gone out and bring it back, and also look at all the contracts that the BN ministers have been involved in, to look through transparency in the contract and see whether there are areas of conflict of interest, or corruption and all that. And the other thing is that I read that Mahathir is the number 2 after Hosni Mubarak, and he has got 42 billion. Is Pakatan going to do something about it to bring back? Because he's now very actively involved. He's scared that Pakatan will take over Putrajaya. That is what I analyze. And he has been putting wages to inflict division among the races. He has been frightening, chaotic situation. And there are people in Subangjaya even tell the ladies, old ladies, to stock up stock in case that if they're not racial May 13. Now all these Pakatan have not countered this. So the fear in the people is still getting higher and higher as it approaches the election day. And you know very well the BN, they have a lot of something, rampant and all that. And they are capable of creating a situation to frighten the people. And I tell you, I'm very frightened because Muslim, Indian are my brothers. So please tell us, what are you going to do about this? And for Anwar, if the Pakatan take over, will there be security for him from Singapore to go to the palace to be appointed by the Agong?
That was a very long one question. Inside there got many. Okay, let me try and recall what you asked, Uncle. Yeah, the first thing if I recall is, okay, let's do the easiest backward. Who's gonna drive from Singapore to the palace? Let me assure you the police will do that job. Yeah, but the military will also be there. Yeah, because the military is under the control of the king. And this king that we have is a very, very good man. Yeah? And he's made it very clear to us on both sides, I think, also to Barisan Nasional, to win convincingly. Yeah? To win convincingly means to win more than 10 seats, not plus minus 2 or 3 seats. So, sense of security that we get. The King's Guards, the Askar di Raja Malaysia, they are loyal to the king, and they will ensure pure safety for the victor in going to the palace to ask for permission to form the next government. Okay? That's the easy one. Now, what did he say? I don't remember.
Task force, getting money back.
Oh, okay. Okay, the famous GFI, Global Financial Integrity paper, where they claim about 800 billion has went out. If you ask me, right, I think some of them is purely investment made out. Some are illicit money. Illicit money means money made out of drug smuggling, illegal activities. Some are just transferred through the whole money changer system. Because I know, as a practice, a lot of companies, even companies, do money transaction to Singapore, and they go through money changer because the rates are cheaper. Yeah, and once they go through Singapore transactions, all these are recorded as somehow illegal transfers, non-banking transfers that Bank Negara don't know about. So I think the numbers are somewhat can be challenged. I won't say it's lower. It's probably in the range of maybe 500 billion, not the 800 that people always talk about. But having said that, GFI hasn't really clarified it, and because the GFI is part of the American think tank, it's part of an independent think tank in America based in Washington. They are very concerned about other things. They're concerned about how people are funding Al Qaeda and all sort of funny things, right? So they come out this kind of report as part of their campaign to find out how money flows around the world. Now, what do we do about all the money that has been taken out of the country? Yeah, we really can't do much, ladies and gentlemen. We really can't do much, because for every cent that is taken out, they have an army of lawyers and accountants and tax agents to help them to hide all this money. Yeah, so it will take quite some time to chase back. Now, what we know is sorry, someone is having a conversation. What we want to do is really to stop the flow. We want to stop the outflow. Now, you can put lots of systems to stop the outflow, but in reality, reality, people will only retain money in Malaysia if they believe they can make money here. Yeah, these outflows are not from people like us. They're outflow from rich businessmen who can move money around the world anytime they want it by pressing a few buttons. Yeah. Now, to stop the outflow, you have to grow the economy. You have to give them the confidence to invest in the country. To give the confidence to invest in the country, you need to do, you need to implement rule of law. You need to restructure the whole wage system. You need to allow transparency and meritocracy to come into the economic system. That's why we're quite confident. We're quite confident. We're not so confident about prosecuting people, unfortunately, because that will take a long time. Now, we suspect there are at least 2,000 to 5,000 contracts out there with very, very bad agreements, very bad terms for the Malaysian government. So I can't afford to have 5,000 lawyers pouring through this document. What we have to do is move forward as quickly as possible, pick the big guys, pick the very big cases where they steal billions and hundreds of millions, and tackle those first. Yeah? And then hopefully all the smaller guys will all come and surrender and say, okay, I'll give back some money to the country. I think that's the practical reality of it. Yeah? But rest assured, we will bring down the big guys, some of the big guys that have been doing a lot of very bad things for us, and we have to bring them down, not so much as revenge. I want you all to know this. We're not here as a revenge or a mob trying to lynch people. We're here to send the message that the old ways is no longer acceptable in the new Malaysia. Okay? Thank you.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Wong, Anna. My name is Alan. I have a much simpler question comparatively. People with disabilities and old folks and etc. has been a group of always been neglected in my opinion. If Pakatan Raya has been mandated to Putrajaya the coming May, what would you do to improve this situation, and in what sense you would do it? Thank you very much.
Okay, it's a good question. Now, disabilities is a prime concern, of course. Yeah, we feel that sometimes we have enough funds to support through the women's ministry, women and society or family, women and family ministry. But what we really need to do is we need to get the private sector in to help provide for CSR programs as well, yeah, to partner up, but also to make sure that there's good access to all the places, all the public places. Definitely it's a question of funding and priority, yeah. And we believe if we run a cleaner government, we should be able to increase the Women and Welfare Department by another 2 billion a year to look into the disability problems. And I can't give you more policies than that. If it's a question of funding, we will do that. Actually, this is the first question I don't really have a direct answer on because I wasn't asked to create a platform for this. But I understand what the issues are. But we would like to see the corporate sector to take on a much bigger role. Yeah? Because, if we say we add another 5,000 civil servants to handle or improve your thing, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. It's already a bit, civil service is heavy. And even the government themselves cannot hire anymore. They try to keep it at the zero level. So any additional projects that we need to do for disabled people from the current one, we promise you it will be better. In the sense that you cut out the corruption, but we also want to engage the private sector to take a bigger role. Okay? Thank you.
At the state level, we have a portfolio under the Welfare Exco to look after our friends with disabilities. And also, if you're aware, in the last 5 years, we have implemented across 12 local councils free parking space, public parking space with free stickers for friends with disabilities across all 12 local councils. So that's something new that we have done. In MPSJ, they have set up a special committee to look into welfare policies involving MPSJ for friends with disabilities, and this is chaired by Loka, our councillor. So in the last, I think, January or February, we have banks coming forward and say, you know, we want to be the first bank here in Taipan, first bank here in SS15, we want to make it disabled friendly. We had site visit with the NGO, with the councillor, and to turn some of these facilities to be public, to be friendly to our friends with disabilities. So we are moving forward. People are only becoming more and more sensitive to the needs of our friends with disabilities. Yeah, Alan, thank you.